All right, guys. Well, it is another gloomy but kind of sunny day in Florida. It's like borderline. I'm hoping the rain stops. I haven't unloaded my truck because it's just been full of stuff and it's been raining every day. So it's just like completely full of tires, pit bike tools, helmets, everything. Everything's still in there. So today, speaking of that, we're going to be working on the Miata. We're going to take the Miata apart, pull the engine out of it, get it on the stand. I don't know that we'll tear into the engine tonight, but I want to at least get it out. I want to get this done as soon as possible. I don't want to slack on this. I'm like so happy this car was done. So fun driving it. I'm not trying to let it sit for months. I'm trying to get it back up and running within a couple weeks because I want to go back to the track. I want to do another track day and I want to do it in this car. Driving some there like really gave me the bug even harder than before to grip race this car, because when I was driving Tommy's car, I was driving at like 6/10. It's not my car. I don't know the car. You know, and it's just not my car to thrash that hard. This car should be a lot gnarlier on track because of the power and everything, and it's my car, so I can just beat the hell out of it. And if I send it off track, I send it off track. So I'm very excited to get this thing back out there, and I want to kind of get that done soon so I can put down a lap time, you know, within a similar time frame of when that happened, not like 6 months from now when I've got a ton of different driving experience and whatever. I want to do it now, and mainly just because it'll be fun. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull the motor out. Hopefully we can get this thing done in a couple weeks. Ben is working on the Chump car. He got the rear coilovers on. He needed some washers because I stole them for my car. So BC sent us the washers that we needed to put these crappy extended top hats on. Ben's doing the clutch line?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's doing the clutch line. Once it has those two things.
We gotta do the brakes.
Oh, forgot about the brakes.
I did too till I saw the wall.
Yeah, but then it should drive after that, and then he can get it out of here and do whatever else he has to do. In terms of the Miata, we do have a lot to do. We need to do the trans. I need to find a trans and an engine and fix the other little stuff. So that's why we're getting started now. I'm still debating on just rebuilding this motor or finding another one. It's looking like finding another one's probably gonna be the best option for now. I can find another one, shelf this one, get some parts as time goes on and build it up as like high compression with heads and stuff, and then throw it in down the road. It seems like the best option to get me back on track as soon as possible. So anyway, let's get this thing on the lift. Let's start tearing into it. First step is gonna be disconnecting everything underneath. So we'll need to do the exhaust, which comes off really easy. Tim did a great job making this. So the only annoying thing is gonna be getting those two sensors out. But other than that, really easy there. I guess I'll try to disconnect the steering shaft, drop the sway bar. There's a lot of stuff. We're just gonna start knocking it out. But basically we'll go, the way I usually do this now that I have a lift is I do whatever I can underneath, drop the car down, do the stuff up top, and then finish the pull. Chump car's on the ground. Is like super milkshakey, potentially blown head gasket, and then you can see how metallic-y it is. There is a lot of metal in that oil, a lot of metal. It's coming out very slowly. Like, look at this. See how like gooey it is? You can see the swirls of metal. Okay, pretty much everything is unhooked underneath. Got the power steering and oil coolers unhooked and drained. All the fluids drained. Oh no, I left this light on. That was a waste. What else? That's pretty much it. I need to drop the trans mount, but I'm not gonna do that yet because I need to get to a bunch of stuff on the back of the engine by the firewall, and that'll make it harder to do. So I'm gonna get all that stuff taken loose. I noticed, you can see there's like fluid here on my shifter, gear oil, and you can see that my seal is like toast. So definitely needed to get this trans out one way or another. Yeah, so I'm gonna move up top, start working on that. One thing I did want to note, I saw a bunch of comments of people saying, you know, oh, the K-Series Miata proved itself as the best, most reliable swap, and it's that it can handle track abuse and the other swaps can't, talking about mine and Rudnick's car. And like, it doesn't really matter either way, but I did want to say for those people who might have been on the fence of one or the other and now you're swayed, keep in mind it is kind of two different things. One, that car has been finished for a while. That car has been driven, bugs have been worked out of it, etc. Both mine and Rudnick's cars were fresh builds, and this week was their first time on the track. So there's bound to be a bunch of bugs, which is why I wanted to go test my car at the firm originally, but I didn't because it would be unfair. But one of the things I said was that I didn't know if it was going to lose oil pressure under hard cornering. I have a baffled pan. I have a bunch of other oil supporting mods. My glasses are dirty. Don't make fun of me. I've been undoing fluid. Those people who comment about my glasses, try working on cars and glasses. Then come talk to me. But yeah, so I had a lot of the sporting mods, didn't have an AccuSump, was kind of concerned about it, but wasn't sure how it was gonna go. So things like that, like you work out the bugs, you find issues. I've got a couple ideas as to what might have caused my problem, but we'll find out when we get in there. That's thing number one. Thing number two is that me and Rudnick both thrashed our cars on the drag day. We probably did 30 laps. Tommy did like 5 to 8. And I understand why he didn't want to run because he had the slower car of the group, but still he did 5 to 8 in comparison to our 30 runs. Then the drift day, he didn't bring his car at all. Me and Rudnick both, like Rudnick drifted a decent bit and did some grip stuff, and Tommy drifted his car and etc. And then I drifted the hell out of my car, and then it broke. So yes, Tommy's car made it to the track day, but ours probably would have made it there unscathed too if we hadn't drifted and driven so much at the drag race. That's not to say that my car wouldn't have blown up on the road course and that his would have blown up drifting, but that is one of the reasons I didn't want to go with the K-Series, is because the oil drains are on the side of the head because it's normally the motor is turned sideways. And I was worried that that would cause oiling issues drifting, because drifting is very demanding on an oiling system. Road racing is too, but like at our level, it's not as much as drifting. If you get into like big tire, like big slicks and aero and stuff, it is, because you're having a lot of G-forces in the corner. But with our level of grip, the G-forces we would pull in the corner, it's different than drifting in the sense that you're decelerating, your engine braking into a turn, you're not really laying into the throttle and bringing it up way high in the RPM range until you're on corner exit and the car is pointing straight. Whereas drifting, you're sideways during that G-force, but you're also full load, full throttle, red line. So the motor is under the most strain, and the oil is at like its max slosh point, if you will. You're throwing the car sideways, the oil is sloshing, and you're beating the hell out of the motor. So it is very, very demanding on an oiling system. So again, not to say that it would have broken his car, or I wouldn't have broken my car on the road course, but it's just kind of something worth noting, I feel like. But yeah, okay. So drop this thing down, start undoing stuff from the top. It's like the weather has been weird today. I always give you guys a weather report, but it's like it goes from this to pouring down rain to completely sunny to pouring down rain to warm to cold. Like the weather has changed like 5 or 6 times today. It's so weird. Like it's cold now. Okay, anyway, back to work. Enough rambling. It's chemtrails, Ben says. Ben got the Chump car driving with no clutch, no brakes. It's great.
I mean, it drives.
It did drive. You did drive it out.
Taylor's truck once.
Yeah, I expected him to hit my truck. Did I ever tell you guys about what Ben did?
Go look at it. I didn't do nothing.
Did you fix it? Is that what that noise was?
What do you mean fix it? I didn't fix anything because I didn't do anything, Taylor.
Ben was getting his trailer out when we parked the car here. Ben's trailer was parked here. When we pushed my car in the first time, I was like, don't hit my car. Ben's like, oh, I'm not gonna hit your car. Come on now. I'm not gonna hit your car. We don't call him Careless Ben for no reason. He's called Careless Ben for a reason. He goes to pull his trailer out, hits my car, and drags it all the way into the pole. Like, didn't even realize he was dragging it, and drug it. You can see the tire mark.
I didn't do anything.
Like, he drug it all the way to there before he realized that he did it. Like, there's a cinder block on the thing that was like pushed up against the door. He pushed in that plastic rubber piece with the pallet because he never moved any of it. Careless Ben strikes again.
I don't remember doing any of this.
Oh, okay. This is where we're at. All the wiring is disconnected, fuel lines are disconnected and capped. What else? Obviously exhaust is undone down underneath. Most everything underneath. The coolers are all unhooked. That was kind of a pain. I think I already told you guys about that. Radiator's out. Radiator hoses, that's strained. Coil packs are off. Like pretty much everything is out. I need to undo the clutch line. So I need to suck the fluid out of there because it's an internal slave cylinder. So you can't get the clutch line off of the trans. So I need to suck the fluid out of there, disconnect the clutch line, try to cap it, try to find a cap before I undo it. And then steering shaft and then bolts for the subframe and she should drop out and transmount. It just looks so janky in this state. It was like complete. Now it's not complete. All right, the engine is out. It wasn't that bad. I'd say the worst part was the steering shaft, which, speaking of, will probably... You think we can get the engine back in without taking it out?
I don't know. Maybe if we like grease your shaft so it goes.
Well, I
in and
mean,
out.
like getting it past the manifolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that was just kind of a pain, getting the little, like, clevis U-joint thing out, getting it off the rack, because we left the rack. I mean, we left the whole subframe together. That way it's just easier. I just pull the motor on, trans off, drop the new stuff on, swap my stuff over, throw it back in. But all in all, not bad. It is cool to see like this whole unit assembled and out of the car. And I guess that's not really cool, because that means it's broken, but it's pretty rad. But this gives me a nice opportunity to rerun my power lines up at the top of the trans tunnel. I can also just tuck up like a lot of the stuff that I wasn't able to do because lack of foresight did it after the fact. I kind of want to repaint my bay just because I spray canned it and it just soaks up oil and grease and stuff, but I don't know that I want to take the time to take the rest of the stuff out. But For the brake kit, I need to take the booster and the master cylinder out and swap them anyway. So it's like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see how soon I can get a motor and like what the deal is with that. Like I said, I really want to knock this out in like within 2 weeks. So don't want to waste too much time. But yeah, this thing, I guess I'll pull this. Well, I'll show you guys later. We'll take this apart either within the next couple of days or in a couple of weeks because the Subaru motor is already on the stand, so I'd have to like take it off and set it somewhere and then put that on just to take it apart. Well, I have to anyway. I gotta pull the cam out and stuff. Never mind, just ignore me. I'm still thinking. So yeah, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow or Monday, I don't know. There's just no time. Christmas is coming up. Some point, we're gonna take this apart and figure out what's wrong with it. Next video, we're gonna take it apart and assess the damage because we got to pull the oil pan off, we got to pull the accessory drive off, we got to pull the cam and springs out, hoping they're good. I did the tuning upgrade on my rock arms, I need to pull that out, need to pull the crank scraper out. We got like a lot to take off this engine, so we're gonna do it. But Miata is disassembled, so that is gonna be it for this video. I'm tired, it's been a long day. It wasn't like, it probably took, I think like 4 or 5 hours, and that was like really lollygagging. I wasn't hustling really at all, I was just kind of working on it at a slow pace. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad at the end of the day. It really wasn't that bad. Going back in might be a little difficult again with the steering shaft, but hopefully not too bad either. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I will see you guys tomorrow or something. Okay, bye.